Hello, happy Friday, Facebook. Happy Friday. I really hope you are having a wonderful end of your week. I'm just going to pull us up here really quick, make sure we are online. Nice to see you. If you're popping on, make sure you say hello, say hi, let me know you're there. Awesome. Nice to see everybody today. All right, I found me. I think we're here. Always got to triple check technology, right? I'm not going to say I've messed it up before, but I've certainly messed it up before. I've ended up on some weird spots that I wasn't supposed to be. So, hello! I am super excited to be live with you today. My name is Tracy Allen. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been crafting for a very long time. So if you're watching this, you have probably, if you've seen this before, you probably know I have been stamping for 20 plus years. Recently got into Stampin' Up! A few years ago and loved it. I started buying product like crazy and realized, ooh, I could share this because other people love it too. And so decided to start a business, and that's what I've done. So for the past, I guess January will be 2 years, so about 1.5 years now. I've been putting out here for all of you all my favorite stuff so that I can run this as my business. So thank you so much. If you heart or you like or you comment or you share any of these Facebook videos, you're supporting a small business. You're supporting my little business, and I super appreciate that. So please, again, if you're online today, let me know. It's good to see you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Jolene. I'm so glad to see you today. So we're going to take a sneak peek again. I know last week I got to unbox and share with you kind of a bunch of the really fun new stuff from the mini catalog that is coming out August 4th. August 4th will be the first day you can order from this awesome, and I can show you the cover here, so I'll show you the cover, ooh, from our holiday mini catalog. I love it. This is a little earlier than in past years, which I think is awesome because I start Christmas, I don't know, 2 months ago. I make so many Christmas cards, and I love this season that I could do this all year long. So I was happy to see that they came out with it a month early. That gives us an extra month to get all our stuff ready. It gives me more time for Halloween and fall, and I feel like I can celebrate Halloween and fall now. I'm not just jumping right into Christmas. So I was excited about that. But if you are interested, the reason I have everything early is because I'm a demonstrator. You could be a demonstrator too. So one of the really neat things about joining my team is anyone on my team gets the opportunity to order a month early from any of our catalogs. So it's limited supply, but really you get all kinds of super fun stuff, and you get access to it earlier than everyone else. And to be part of our team, you don't have to sell like I do. If you want to, it makes a great little side business. It also makes a great full-time business too. So if you're looking for something different, let me know. I'll help you out with that. But if you're just looking to you just love Stampin' Up! And you love a good deal, you could join our team. One of the cool things about joining our team is it costs $99, but you get $125 in product. And you get to choose. I don't pick it for you. Stampin' Up! Doesn't pick it for you. You get to go through the catalog and decide what you want. And if you really love all the holiday stuff, you can pick the holiday stuff right now too. How awesome is that? The other really great thing is August 4th, we're coming out with our new die cut machine. So if you're a demonstrator, one of the perks about joining my team and being a demonstrator is you get a discount on all future orders. So you join the team, it's $99 for that $125 in product. And then after that, you get at least 20%. Some of my demonstrators on my team get way more percent off than that, depending on how much they've sold for the month. But you get at least 20% off your order, which is awesome. Everybody loves the deal, right? I would always shop if I got 20% off all the time. So let me know if that's something you want to do. There's a join button on my page, or I'll post the link here at the top of the screen too. So if you're interested, it's such an awesome deal, hard to pass up. So I feel like fall. I know it's 116 degrees in Phoenix, so if you are here in the Valley in Arizona, sweating it out like me, I'm so sorry. If you are somewhere north where it's nice and cool, let us know what your temp was, and we can all be a little jealous today. It is hot here, so I'm ready to start thinking about fall and temperatures going down. And so today we're going to make a fall card using one of the stamp sets from the new mini catalog. Now, you might be saying to yourself, if you've been around Stampin' Up for a while, that stamp set looks really familiar, Tracy. Why are you showing me a stamp set I think I might already own? Well, the really cool thing about the mini catalog is they took some of our most favorite stamp sets and they brought them back. Yay! So this is one of my most favorites from last year, and I'm super excited because I get to share it with you again this year, and it is in our mini catalog this year. So this is Gather Together. It does come with a coordinating die set as well, and I'll just quickly show you the awesome dies that go with it too. We're not going to be using them today, but they're super fun. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Where did I stick it? Leave it to me. I set it out here and then I think I put it away. That's what happens. You've got too much stuff. All right, I'll grab it and show you. I know it's on this desk somewhere. But we are going to be using the nested labels dies today. So these are the stitched nested labels dies, and we're going to use these for our card today. I love these. These are in the current catalog, so you can order these right now. They are awesome. Awesome for putting sentiments on your card, for kind of dressing up the front. So one of my most favorite stamps there. Now it's going to bug me for the rest of the time we're together where I put those dies, because all right, so let's get started on our card today. We're going to use some fall colors. You know what I was wishing today as I was driving to work in 110 degree weather? I really wanted a pumpkin spice latte. I know, that's crazy. You can tell my week has been crazy. So I'll just add a little crazy to my week. I really wanted a pumpkin spice latte to go with my week, to cap my week off. It makes me think of fall. Doesn't it make you think of fall? I'll be looking forward to when those come back out. So we're going to start with, this is early espresso. It's kind of that really beautiful dark brown color. And this is 8.5 by 5.5. And all we've done is scored it in the middle. And we're just going to use our bone folder to kind of give it a nice fold there. Just fold that right in half. And we're going to set that aside, because if we don't, I might accidentally stick something to it before I'm ready. I do that occasionally. I do that a lot. So then we're going to pull out some Very Vanilla. So I tried to pull out all my favorite fall colors. So I pulled, today we're going to be using Mint Macaron. We're going to use Cajun Craze. I've got that early espresso. Doesn't that remind you of fall? They're so pretty together. So I just needed some fall today. I just really needed some fall. So I cut a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. This is 5.25 by 4 inches. And I will post this all to the blog as well, so you'll be able to go back and look at all the specs for the cards we're making today. These are polymer stamps. So what we're going to be stamping with are our clear polymer stamps. They are awesome. As you can see right through it. You can tell mine's been a little bit loved, but it's okay if it stains a little. It's not a big deal because it does not do anything to your image, right? It doesn't hurt it at all. So when we use these clear polymer stamps, one of the things you will want to have is you'll want to have a surface that has a little bit of give to it. They have a lot of detail in these stamps, and if you don't have something that gives a little underneath, it's not going to put the full image on your paper. So one of the things you can purchase is you can purchase one of our stamp pads here. So we have, this is our Stampin' Pierce mat. They're $5 online, and you won't find it in the current catalog, but we are selling them online. So you can tell mine is very well loved. I use it a lot. So, and it just gives you a little bit of cushion. So if you're piercing anything or if you're using your polymer stamps, this really is the best tool to use with them. Honestly though, if you don't have your pierce mat, you just need something that has a little give. You can use your catalog. It's thick enough that if you put it underneath, you stamp on top of your catalog, it's going to give you that little bit of give that you need. My table is kind of a plastic table. It tends to have a little more give than my dining room table, which is wood. So it just depends on your table too. I'm going to take a scratch piece of paper. I have kind of loved this one a lot, and I'm going to put that on top. You can see where I have not put it on top in the past and gotten ink all over my pad. So I'm going to put that on top. And I'm going to use my piece of Very Vanilla that I set to the side and lost. That's how my day is going, guys. Seriously. Okay, here it is. Snag it from another piece. Alright, so there's my Very Vanilla cardstock that I cut to 5 by 4 1/4. Just gonna make sure that's on there though so you can see. And we're gonna make a background today. So we're gonna stamp and create our own pretty background paper. You could use some really pretty paper here. This could be some really beautiful paper on your page, maybe if you had some fall leaves or some fall colors that coordinate. I didn't find the exact paper I wanted, and so I'm going to make it. That's the beauty of having stamps. You can do that. So we're going to start with leaves, and we're going to use the Cajun Craze, and we're going to use a technique called stamping off. And so stamping off actually gives you the opportunity to take one ink pad and really make it 2 different colors. So I'm going to kind of set this to the side here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm inking up. See me here inking up. I'm going to ink up my fall leaf. And these pads are super juicy. They don't require a lot of pressure, so I'm just barely tapping it. Tap, 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 maybe 3 times as most. And then I'm going to actually stamp off. So this is a really dark burnt orange color. I don't want it quite so dark. I want it a little more subtle. So I'm going to stamp off, I'm going to pick it up, and you can see my stamped image here, and then I'm going to stamp on my paper. So there you go. So now you can see I've got 2 different colors here. I have kind of this light orange, kind of a burnt orange, kind of a lighter orange color, and then a much darker color here. So I've just taken one stamp pad and I've basically made it into 2 different colors for myself. You can do this with any of our ink pads. I love it because I think it's really cool that basically you don't have to have every single color, right? You don't have to have all the colors. I have to have all the colors, but if you don't have to have all the colors, this is a good way to create those colors, 2 different colors, without having to actually have those 2 separate ink pads. So we're going to do this all over our background, and we're going to create kind of this leaf motif. And you can't do it wrong. There's really no right or wrong to how you stamp this. Some of them I'm kind of hanging off the edge, and some I'm not. Just depends on where you want it and how you like it. I am leaving a pretty good gap between them because I'm going to go in with a different color here and give it a little more background. So I'm going to put that to the side for right now. This off. I'm telling you, I know those dies are here somewhere. I'm gonna get hung up on my dies here. Also in this stamp set is this little, I don't even know what you call them, little dots. They're really cute. It makes for a great background. It just adds texture. You can do it right on top of your leaves. I think it adds a lot of texture to your leaves. You know how fall leaves get all crinkly and they have kind of different colors in them? That's a really good way to do that. But I'm going to actually use it for the background today. So I'm going to use the Mint Macron. And we're going to do the same technique. So I want it to be subtle. So I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm just going to kind of come in here and stamp into some of those areas that are kind of just the vanilla. And you can see as I'm doing it, I'm turning it, so it kind of looks different in every place. Just giving it some texture. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Really, there isn't. You can stamp this anywhere, and you're gonna get a really nice look from it. I think that's good. All right, I'm not gonna go too crazy. Put my ink away. You know me, if I don't, I will stick my fingers in it. So we've got our first piece, which is our background. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use those dies, our nested dies. Love those nested dies. And we're gonna use them to create two pieces. So we're gonna create a larger piece in the Mint Macron, and we're gonna create a smaller piece in that vanilla again. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp those out now. And I'm going to use the vanilla to stamp our sentiment. So the sentiment we're using today is Season of Thanks. There's some great sentiments in this stamp set. There's Season of Thanks, Gather Together, Wishing You Well. I love the one we're going to use on the inside. It says, May this season bring you smiles and love that will last all year. Love that one. So glad to have you in my life. Such a nice sentiment. So I love the sentiments here. I think they're good for fall, but I think they're really good for all types of seasons, right? I mean, wishing you well, you can use that all year long. So it doesn't have to just be your seasonal card. We're going to take the Mint Macron and we're going to stamp our sentiment on our vanilla. Now, when you're stamping your sentiment, you're actually going to stamp it to the left because we're going to cut part of the edge off here. So we're going to want to keep that sentiment over on the left hand side. So just as evenly as you can, kind of center that so that it's to the left. There you go. And we didn't stamp off that time. We want this to be the nice bold color. So we want that really to show. Set that aside there. On our next one, we're going to go ahead and stamp some of the elements that come in this stamp set. So you've got a few different elements. You've got a large pumpkin, you've got these two smaller pumpkins, you've got this wheat over here, and I just love these. I think they can be combined in so many ways. So we're going to start with the wheat, and we're going to do that in early espresso. So we're bringing all the colors back in. All the ones we've been using, we're bringing back in together here. I'm just going to put that wheat here. Definitely check your ink on the wheat. I noticed when I stamped the wheat earlier, I didn't get quite enough ink on it. So make sure you've got enough ink on there. And we're going to stamp it onto the side. It's going to come off the paper or off the your die cut a little bit. So just make sure you've got paper underneath. You don't want to get that on your table. There we go. Ooh, isn't that pretty? That dark, dark color looks so good there. Now we're going to do our pumpkins. I love these little pumpkins. They're so cute. Makes me think of fall. Makes me think of the pumpkin spice latte I really, really want. I don't know. Did anyone else have a week? I just feel like, I don't know. I'm really glad it's the end of the month. And I'm really glad it's Friday. Because this has been a hard one for me. We have just been busy, and if if you're working at all, if you're a mom, man, things are just hard right now. We've got to figure out school. We've got to figure out what to do with our kiddos. We've got all kinds of unanswered questions. Trying to keep everybody safe. It's just kind of been weighing on me this week. So when it does, though, I know I'm praying for all of you out there too, because if it's weighing on me, it's weighing on everyone. I don't think I'm alone in this. So just know you're not alone in this. We are all struggling right now, trying to figure out what comes next. So, all right, I've got my pumpkins. Aren't they cute? I love these pumpkins. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my cutting now. So I'm going to actually cut the edge of these off. Now, I could have done that with my dies. There is a straight edge die in here. I got a little lazy, honestly. But they included this awesome straight edge die specifically for that purpose, so that you can actually use it and get that same look, that really awesome stitching on any edge that you want to cut. So that's cool, because you can basically make these any size you want them to be. They're going to fit wherever you want them to fit, because you can always cut the top, or you can cut the side, or yeah, it's just kind of cool. I love that they thought of that. I don't know who thought of it, but they were genius. Genius. All right, let's take our trimmer. You know, my most favorite tool in the whole world. If I could have only one tool, it would be this one. This is our Stampin' Up trimmer. It's our paper trimmer, and it comes with two blades. It comes with a cutting blade and a scoring blade. And I love it because when you're not using it, those blades tuck away, and your paper, look at that, never touches them. Isn't that awesome? So good. They really are. It's sharp. It lasts a long time. You have an extender arm here that goes out to 17 inches. I don't know about you, but I don't have any paper that's 17 inches. Maybe you do. So I love it because there's plenty of room there for me to cut. If I want to do a diagonal piece, I do a lot of scrapbooking too, so I can actually tilt my paper, even my big 12 by 12 paper, because it has an extra lip on it, on the edge. That lip where you store your blades actually gives you a little more room to be able to cut diagonals on larger paper too. So I love it. I'm going to go ahead and use it today just to cut the edge off. And all I'm doing is sticking it in here. I'm just kind of lining it up with that brown center line. And I'm just going to cut the edge. Gives me a nice straight edge on the right hand side. Don't cut the left. You'll cut right through your sentiment and your stamp. So we're gonna do the same thing with our sentiment. Sounded a little funny there. And we're gonna cut that edge off. That's it. Put my trimmer away. I love my trimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and take this and put it to the side here too, so it's out of the way. We'll use it again when we do the inside of our card. We're gonna dress our card up today. Usually I just do the outside of the card and leave it, and kind of let you guys, you know, leave it to your imagination to do the inside. But we're gonna do the inside, and we're gonna dress up the envelope today, because I've been on kind of this envelope kick. Like, my envelopes have been naked for a long time, and I didn't realize how naked they were until I got some mail with someone else's envelopes, and they were gorgeous. So I was like, oh man, my envelopes have been so naked. So no more naked envelopes. I'm going to start dressing my envelopes up too. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of our early espresso suede ribbon. Yes, suede. It's like faux suede. It feels so soft. I love this. I could just pet this ribbon. It's so pretty. This is beautiful. I think it goes really nicely with our early espresso paper here. I was having this debate earlier when I was making this card, like, do I put it down here or do I put it up toward the top? I ended up just deciding on the middle, and I thought it looked really cute. But play with it. You can put this wherever you want. All we're going to do is we cut it to about 5 1/4 inches. And we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive on each side. I'm not going to go too crazy. And this is, but I want to make sure I put it on the correct side. There we go. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the edges here. And I'm just gonna take that on the center of my larger card, and I'm just gonna kind of find the center and then stick it to the back. And it doesn't have to be exact. You just get it to where you like it. That's kind of the most important part, right? It does not have to be perfect, but I love it. I love this suede. It's such a great accent. It ties into really nice bows too. Not all ribbon makes great bows. This also ties into little knots really cute too for kind of a more masculine look. I always find I make a lot of feminine cards, so when I can make some masculine cards, I try to point that out because I know people like to have some options. I'm going to use our Stampin' Seal, and that is our, it's a tape runner, but it has a really nice sticky seal on it. It's great for your paper. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to line these up so that the edges are touching, and I'm leaving just a little bit of that stitching showing on top. All right, I want you to be able to see the stitching on the top of that. So all I've done is just added my sentiment. There we go. Now I'm going to start assembling the card. So now it's okay to put the beautiful paper you just created on top of your card base. So we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and get this all sticky here. And just add that. Whoop. Okay, I got a little crazy with my sticky stuff, and then I put my finger in it and have a hard time getting it off, but it's because it's good adhesive. It sticks really well. That's what you need. You're just going to center this on your card front, and it should leave a nice little lip of that early espresso showing, which I love. And that's going to hold your ribbon in place as well. We're going to use Stampin Dimensionals. So Stampin Dimensionals are, they're an adhesive, they're double-sided adhesive that give your project a little bit of lift. So it's not so flat, it's not so one-dimensional. It gives it a little more, or not so two-dimensional, gives it a three-dimensional effect. So let me pull one off for you to see. So they come in packs of, you got 3 sheets in a pack. And I think it's a total of like 250. You get a ton. It's way more than I use. Oh, it's 300. Look at that, even more. And so you can see, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, you can see it's like a foam square, and it has a little bit of dimension in it, so that when you use them, it's going to pop up whatever you put on them. So I had some left over here. And we do sell them in the mini size as well. I tend not to use the minis because I'll just cut these big ones in half, but if I have minis, it is more convenient to use the minis if you need a smaller, if you have a smaller dimensional, or a smaller element that you're trying to put on your card front. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stick these to the side, and I'm gonna use this. Now, this is the other thing I debated when I was making it, is I wasn't sure if I wanted to put that ribbon in the middle, but I also wasn't sure if I wanted to stick this right in the center either. So I didn't know if I wanted to make it like that. I kind of thought it might look cute if I put the ribbon toward the bottom here. And I'm gonna line this up. If you can't see here, I'm actually lining it up with the Very Vanilla. I'm not going all the way to the edge of the Early Espresso. So as you're lining it up, just make sure that you're lining it up just so you can still see the Early Espresso, but you can't see the Very Vanilla there anymore. And I'm going to stick that down. And you can see this time I raised it a little bit. So that is our card front. And you can see on this one I made it more center. So do what you like, what works for you and how you want it to look. The thing I loved too is you don't actually have to use dies. So if you don't have this die set, or maybe you don't have a die cut machine yet, you're waiting for August 4th for the new one to come out that demonstrators get to order. I think you guys have, if you're not a demonstrator, you get to order it in September. So maybe you're waiting for September. You can use rectangles. So you can use rectangles instead. I cut my rectangles, and I'll put this in the directions too. I cut the rectangles to 3 1/4 by 2 inches, and then the very vanilla to 2 by 1 inch. And you can do the same thing. You're going to stamp right on them. You're going to layer them up together. You're going to lay it right down next to the edge, and it's going to give a little bit different look. You can actually trim the edge if you want to give it more of an angled look, but you don't have to have the dies. That's what I'm saying. So I love them. If you use dies, I use dies on a lot of cards. But if you don't have a die cut machine, that shouldn't stop you from making a really cute card. So that's one of the choices you can do. So let's go ahead and do the inside, because I told you we were going to dress up the outside and the inside today. So I'm going to cut a piece of very vanilla. And again, I'm going to cut that down. This time I cut it to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So it's going to be a little bit smaller on the inside. I wanted to have a lot of that early espresso showing. So you can see when I lay it down, it's going to have a really nice border on the outside. And we're going to stamp this with our inside sentiment that I chose, which is, "May this season bring smiles and love that will last all year." Like, what a great sentiment. I love it. So we're going to use that for the inside. And I love these Polymer stamps. They're just so easy. They peel right off, put it right back on, you're good to go. Whoop. And we're going to use the Mint Macaron. And we're going to stamp right at the top of our very vanilla. Just want to make sure that gets good and inked up. We're just going to stamp it right in the center. Do make sure it's going the right direction. If you have to stamp a test stamp to check, definitely do that. It's smaller writing on this one, so without my glasses on right now, like, I can't read it all that well just on the stamp. So definitely double check. Then we're going to go ahead and put kind of some of the same elements we put on the front. We're going to put that wheat again, and then we're going to put some of our pumpkins. So we're going to put our wheat in that beautiful early espresso. This time I didn't stamp off. So I wanted it to be nice, dark, bright colors, even on the inside of the card. It's usually the inside of the card. If you watch me very often, I love to make monochromatic cards. I love cards that are just like the same color. Same color paper, same color stamp, same color. This one I got a little more colorful. So kind of brightened it up a little bit. Hi friends, don't forget, if you're watching online, say hi, say hello. Mary Ann, it's so nice to see you. I just love it. Love that I get to see everybody without, you know, being able to see you, unfortunately, but at least I get to hang out with you online, which I do love. And get to share with you some Stampin' stuff, which I also love. Oh, did you see what I just did? I stuck my finger in it. It happens. I'm gonna roll with it. If you accidentally stick your finger in it, it happens. Seriously, you knew it was gonna happen this week. It has been one of those weeks for me. I was so looking forward to driving home today. I was so excited to leave work behind. Not that I don't absolutely love my job, I do, but it was just a tough week. All right, we're gonna ink up those cute little pumpkins again, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp some pumpkins. I'm gonna stamp one to the left of our wheat. And don't forget to put paper underneath, because we're doing a little stamping off there. I'm gonna stamp one to the right of the wheat. So it kind of overlaps there a little bit. What am I gonna do with that spot? Just gonna need some more wheat. That's how we're gonna do it. make a mistake, stamp on top of it. And I'll show you the other one so you can see what the difference is and realize that it's okay. It happens to all of us, especially when we're doing a live. That's usually when actually I make the mistakes. I'm like, man. Alright, we're just gonna stamp that there. I'm gonna stamp it right on top of my little mistake I made. Try very hard not to. Look, it disappeared. Haha. And now we need some more pumpkins because it kind of looks like it's all by itself out there and it's sort of sad. So let's get my pumpkins back on here. There they are. And I'm going to stamp some pumpkins. Need a big fat pumpkin right there. And we'll hang a little pumpkin off the edge. There. See? Now it looks like I did it on purpose. I love it. That is the great thing about stamping. Can't make a mistake. Mistakes are just opportunities to be creative. Ooh, I should actually put that in quotes. Mistakes are just opportunities to be creative. Yeah, I'm gonna put that somewhere on a pillow or something. All right, so we made the center of our card. Can you tell it's been a long week? And we're gonna go ahead and just put that right on the inside. And then we're gonna do our, before I adhere that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my, my envelope. And with my envelope, all I did with my envelope was I just took, and really again, this is your chance to be creative. It's an envelope. Go crazy, you know? This probably isn't the thing they're gonna hang on to, but it's the first thing they're gonna see. So have fun with it. It's the best part. I'm gonna start with my leaf here, and I'm just gonna stamp a leaf in the corner. Ooh, that's pretty. And then there's still room for me. Don't make the mistake of accidentally stamping too much on your envelope. You do have to address it. The postman needs to be able to read it. So don't go too crazy. Go a little crazy, but not too crazy. And then I'm gonna stamp my pumpkins here. Alright, I'm just going to stamp them right in the center. And that is it, folks. That's all. We created our card. And we've got all our pieces here. So we've got this awesome envelope. We've got our inside. I was going to show you the inside so you could see the difference. See, I just did kind of the left here, but I like this one better, I think. Right? That's why we, you make a mistake and you just keep going. All right, let's just adhere this to the inside. While I'm working on this, finishing this real quick, don't forget that it is the end of the month. This is your last opportunity if you are looking for those bonus dollars. You spend $50 and you get $5 in bonus cash to spend next month. So you've got until tonight to make that order. Don't forget, you don't want to miss out on bonus days. When you're placing your order, don't forget to use your monthly host code. So you want to use our monthly host code. It's UGGDFSV4, and that's going to get you a free card kit this month. So I'll be mailing that out to you. They're very summery. They're very fun cards. And all you need is the stamps. And the stamps we use this month are our Best Year Sentiment stamps. So Best Year Sentiment stamps, if you already have them or you already have some other sentiment stamps you love, you can use those too. So you get the 3 cards, you get the directions emailed to you. So super cute. All that for $25 order. Again, a $50 order gets you that extra $5 to spend, so don't miss out on that. All right, this was our card. Thank you for helping me make that today. Just so you know, later today I'm going to be on Create and Connect at 5:30. So if you are on Create and Connect, you're going to see something very similar. I decided today just to make it easy, use the same one twice. but I'll be showing you how to use it with the rectangles as well. So we'll be putting 2 cards together, one with the rectangles and one with our stitch dies. So that way if you don't have a die cut, you can kind of see the difference too. All right. Well, that is it for today. Thank you all for being here on Friday. I'm going to head out. I got some littles to pick up from daycare, and then I'm going to be jumping back online at our Create and Connect group. And I will see you all later. Thank you again. This is my therapy. I really appreciate all of you and your sweet comments, and just know I'm thinking about you, and I super appreciate all of you. All right, we will be together soon. I just know it. Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. Blessings, everyone.